What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. On Tuesday, Senator Rick Scott challenged Mitch McConnell as Republican leader. Yesterday, they were talking about holding this vote. But you also have some politicians, some senators that want to push this vote off so they can discuss this more as far as the leaders who should be a leader. It's like playing a chess game. You have to think a step ahead. And let's play this out. I'm gonna put the scenario out to you guys. So, Senator Rick Scott wants to be a leader, and Mitch McConnell has indicated there's chaos in the Senate right now. There's chaos when it comes to Republican Party as a whole. We are seeing the Republican Party right now start to split. Who controls the Republican Party? Who's the leader? I mean, there's a lot of different fractions that are coming up right now. So let's talk about this whole scenario. So we know that Mitch McConnell will probably remain the leader. So that's a done deal. But Mitch McConnell, this is his last term. He's not running for re-election to Senate. It's going to be done in 2026. So who's going to take over as leader after that? That's what's important. And the fact that Senator Scott has put forward his interest in becoming a leader, he could potentially be a leader in 2026. Now, let's play this out when it comes to people who are receiving Social Security and Medicare. Let's say that in 2026, Senator Rick Scott becomes the leader. And let's say when Senator Rick Scott becomes leader, they are in the majority. And he has an opportunity to bring bills to the floor of the Senate. And he decides this Social Security, Medicare, the government programs, that 5-year sunset is implemented and they've moved a bill forward. Let's say the Republicans control the Senate, the House, and even the presidency. So in 5 years from 2026, that's when they will have to re-evaluate all the different government programs with Social Security and Medicare as a part of this review. Let's look at the timeline here. Now, we are looking at the year 2031. Why is that important? If Congress doesn't move forward with a Social Security reform, if they don't move forward with addressing the trust fund, then guess what? It will be the 11th hour for the trust fund. The trust fund will be at the point where it's almost out of money. And so what will happen at that point? Well, we know that Senator Rick Scott wants to do that review of all the different government programs every 5 years. If 2031 is the year, that's when they need to do it. We will be looking at a situation where the trust funds are almost out of money. They need to review Social Security and Medicare. If we allow the trust fund to run out of money, people on Social Security will see the percent, at least 20% cut. And so what might happen at this point is the negotiating will start. They already need to review Social Security and Medicare. Now, let's negotiate. So the Republicans and the Democrats negotiate and they are trying to figure out how to move forward. And we might see an agreement like this. Instead of a 20% cut, if we do nothing, why don't we do something and only have a 10% cut? This could be a strategy. This could be the scenario that we actually see, because right now we are not seeing Republicans want to move forward with anything when it comes to Social Security reform. They will talk about it, but they are not really willing to move forward. At least Democrats want to move forward, they put bills forward, and even though their bills don't go anywhere, at least they are trying. But when it comes to the Republicans, they don't want to do anything. At this point, they just want to obstruct. And if they continue this pattern for the next 7 or 8 years, then we will be in a situation where something has to happen. If it doesn't happen, then the 20% reduction won't be in play. And if the 20% reduction is in play because the trust funds are out of money, then they will negotiate it to, okay, it won't be 20%, it will be 10%. But it's still a cut. That's why it's essential to watch the politicians. You have Senator Rick Scott talking openly that he wants to be a leader. He might have an opportunity in 2026. And if that happens, what will Social Security look like? What will Medicare look like? You have other senators like Mike Lee, who previously said that he wants to do away with Social Security and Medicare. So this is a very, very serious time. Senator Rick Scott wants to be a leader if he has an opportunity to be a leader in 2026. Or after that, we could be in a situation where Social Security really gets cut. We have Mitch McConnell, who doesn't want to touch those programs when it comes to Social Security and Medicare. But you do have politicians that have openly expressed they are there, want to change the programs, they want to sunset programs, and things like that. Mitch McConnell is not one of them, but when he leaves, who's coming in his place? And what are they going to want to do? If we see this news, it's because you have two factions. You have the older Republicans like Mitch McConnell, and you have the new wave that's coming in the Marco Rubios, the Rick Scotts. What are they going to want to do? Are they going to want to do something when it comes to Social Security? That's why you heard some of these politicians coming out on the Democratic side saying, look, we want to cut Social Security. They want to do this to Medicare. They want to do that. They were saying that not because all Republicans want to do that, but because that's not true. But you do have certain Republicans that want to move forward with dismantling Social Security and dismantling Medicare. And if those politicians become leaders, now they will have that opportunity. So I want to know what you guys think about all this, and I will talk to you in the next one.